Hello, English learner. Welcome to English.Conversation. My name is Jack.
And my name is Mary.
Hi, everyone. I'm really happy to be here. Thanks for joining us today. It's always exciting to spend this time with you.
And I'm especially excited about today's topic because it's something that can seriously improve your mornings and your English.
We're talking about how to create a productive morning routine that helps you feel good and speak English naturally.
If your mornings feel rushed or random, this episode is for you. We'll show you how to start your day with purpose and with English.
And the best part? You don't need more time. We'll teach you how to make your routine work with your English practice, not against it.
So if you want to feel more focused, more confident, and speak better English, just by changing how you start your day, keep watching.
Trust us, the way you begin your morning can change everything. Even a 5-minute routine in English can boost your fluency over time.
But before we jump in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. That's how you tell YouTube you want more real English content.
And it also tells your brain that English matters to you. So let's do this together. Are you ready? Let's start building your English morning routine.
When we talk about a productive morning routine, we don't mean something complicated or full of pressure. We're talking about a simple flow of actions that you repeat every morning to feel better, be more focused, and improve your English naturally, without needing extra time or effort.
The idea is to take things you already do, like brushing your teeth, getting dressed, making breakfast, and add small English habits into those moments. Instead of creating a separate time to study, you blend learning into your real life, which makes the experience feel more real and less forced.
This approach works so well because your brain is most active and open in the morning. So if you start your day using English in natural ways, your brain begins to connect the language to real actions. That connection is what builds fluency over time, even if you're only practicing for a few minutes.
And what's really powerful about this technique is that you don't need to sit down with a notebook or memorize anything. You just start your day and talk through it in English. What you see, what you feel, what you're doing. You're creating a personal environment where English feels like part of your life.
For example, while you're making your bed, you could say out loud, "I'm fixing the blanket," or "The pillow is on the floor." These aren't fancy sentences, but they're real, practical, and useful. You're learning to express yourself in the language you're trying to speak every single day.
Another reason this works is because you're not translating in your head. You're living in English for those small moments. The more often you do this, the easier it becomes. Your brain starts to recognize patterns and vocabulary without needing to stop and analyze every single word.
The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Even just 5 to 10 minutes of speaking or listening to English in the morning will start to make a difference. When you repeat this daily, your brain gets the message. This language is part of my life now, and it begins to process it more automatically.
And remember, your routine can be totally unique. Some people enjoy listening to a short podcast. Others prefer describing their morning out loud, or repeating positive phrases in English. The technique is flexible. What matters is that you're using English with intention every single morning.
The beauty of this method is that it's sustainable. You don't need motivation to open a book or complete a lesson. You just wake up and do what you normally do. Only this time, you're using English as your background voice. Over time, that voice becomes clearer, stronger, and more natural.
So, to sum it up, the technique is about adding small, real-life English interactions to your morning habits. It's not about studying more. It's about living in English a little more each day. That's how fluency grows. Not with pressure, but with presence and repetition in real moments.
When I wake up, I usually open the window and take a deep breath. That's the first moment I use English. I say something like, "The air feels fresh today. It's quiet outside. I'm ready for a good day." It's simple, but it puts me in the mindset of thinking and speaking in English from the very start.
For me, while brushing my teeth, I look in the mirror and say things like, I feel a little sleepy, but I'm waking up. Or, today I'm going to do my best. I don't care about perfect grammar. What matters is that I'm using English in real time, connected to what I'm doing and how I feel.
Then I head to the kitchen and prepare breakfast. While I'm making coffee, I talk to myself. I'm filling the kettle. The water is boiling. Now I'm pouring it into my cup. These are the real actions I'm doing, and I describe them in English. That makes it meaningful and easy to remember.
Sometimes I go for a short walk outside. During the walk, I describe everything I see. The street is empty. The trees are moving in the wind. I see someone walking their dog. It's like I'm narrating my morning in English. I don't plan what to say. I just observe and speak. Naturally.
If I stay inside, I still find ways to include English. While choosing clothes, I say things like, "I think I'll wear the blue shirt today. It's comfortable and casual." Again, it's nothing advanced. But this kind of thinking trains my brain to work in English without pressure or translation.
I also like to use short affirmations during my morning stretches. I say, I'm learning every day. My English is getting better. I feel more confident. Speaking like this gives me motivation and helps me build a positive mindset around the language. It becomes a mental warm-up.
Some mornings, I listen to a short English podcast while getting ready. I don't write anything down. I just focus on understanding the flow and rhythm of real speech. Then, I britiki pradoitare. Try to repeat one or two phrases I remember. It's a great way to hear natural English and connect it to daily life.
When I prepare my bag or make a to-do list, I speak it out loud in English. Today, I have a meeting. I need to buy groceries. I'll call my friend in the evening. It's like I'm organizing my day using English. And it makes me feel more in control while practicing vocabulary I actually need.
Even little things, like feeding my cat, become moments to practice. I say, "Here's your food. You're hungry this morning." It may sound silly, but it helps me stay consistent. I'm not studying. I'm just living my life and using English to describe what's happening around me.
The point is, I don't wait for the right moment to practice. I create the moment. I use my own life as the lesson and my own voice as the teacher. That's how I've made English feel normal to me. By making it a part of my regular routine without needing anything special to begin.
One of the biggest benefits of using English in your morning routine is that it creates momentum. You start your day with focus, confidence, and purpose. That feeling stays with you and makes you more likely to stay connected to English throughout the rest of your day without needing extra effort.
It also helps you stop overthinking. When you use English for real tasks, making breakfast, getting dressed, going for a walk, you don't have time to worry about grammar rules or whether you sound perfect. You're too busy living, and that's when your brain starts to learn more naturally.
Another great benefit is emotional. Starting the day in English makes you feel proud and motivated. You know you're doing something good for yourself, and you feel productive before the day even begins. That confidence adds up and helps reduce the fear of speaking over time.
And because you're using the language in personal, real situations, the vocabulary and expressions you practice become much easier to remember. You're not just memorizing words, you're connecting them to feelings, actions, and moments that are already meaningful to you. That's powerful.
Over time, these small daily habits become automatic. You no longer have to plan or push yourself, it just becomes part of how you start your day. That consistency is what builds fluency. Not with big study sessions, but with repeated natural use of English in your real life.
It also makes English feel less like a subject and more like a tool. You're not learning it for a test. You're using it to describe your morning, to express your thoughts, to make plans. That changes your relationship with the language and helps you feel more connected and more capable.
Plus, using English first thing in the morning trains your brain to think in English earlier in the day. It's like setting the tone. Your mind becomes more open to hearing, speaking, and even dreaming in English, because you've made it the first thing you interact with after waking up.
One small action can have a big emotional impact. Even just saying 3 positive sentences in English can shift your mindset and energy for the entire day. You start to believe in your progress, even when you're not speaking perfectly yet. That belief keeps you going.
And we've seen that learners who build this routine are more consistent overall. They stay motivated longer because English becomes part of who they are, not just something they study. The process feels lighter and more enjoyable, which makes it easier to stay on track.
In short, this technique doesn't just help your English, it helps your life. It brings structure, focus, calm, and a sense of accomplishment. You begin the day feeling active, engaged, and proud of yourself, which carries into everything else you do, both in English and beyond.
The first step is simple. Choose to wake up just 10 minutes earlier. That short amount of time can completely change how your day starts. It's not about doing more, it's about using those 10 minutes in a smarter way that includes English in a natural, stress-free routine.
Next, look at what you already do every morning. Maybe you brush your teeth, stretch, drink coffee, take a short walk, or check your schedule. Pick 2 or 3 of those actions and decide to add English into them. You're not changing your routine, you're enhancing it with language.
Then, prepare a few simple sentences in advance. For example, write down things like, "I'm brushing my teeth now," or "The water feels cold." Having a short list ready can make it easier to begin, especially if you're still getting used to speaking English in everyday situations.
After that, say the sentences out loud as you do the actions. Don't just think them, speak them. Your voice is important. Hearing yourself speak helps your brain make stronger connections between thought and language. It also builds confidence, one sentence at a time.
You can also try repeating short phrases while looking in the mirror. It's a great way to become more comfortable hearing your own voice in English. It doesn't have to be deep or complex. Just phrases like, "I feel good today," or "I'm learning something new," are enough to make it meaningful.
Keep the language simple. There's no need to use difficult vocabulary or long sentences. Use words you already know and build from there. The goal isn't to impress anyone. It's to feel comfortable expressing yourself with the words you have, right where you are.
Consistency is key. Do this every morning, even if it's only for a few minutes. You'll start to notice how it becomes automatic. It stops feeling like a task and starts feeling like just another part of how you wake up and get ready for your day, with English naturally included.
You can even prepare a playlist of short English audios or affirmations. Press play while getting dressed or drinking your coffee. Listening to real English while doing normal activities helps you absorb rhythm, pronunciation, and vocabulary without needing to focus too hard.
Don't forget to be kind to yourself. If you skip a day, that's C. Okay, just come back to it the next morning. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up regularly. Even if your sentences feel basic, the habit you're building is strong and powerful over time.
Finally, remember to celebrate small wins. If you spoke 3 sentences in English today, that's progress. If you did it 2 days in a row, that's commitment. These steps may seem small, but they're moving you forward. And that's what learning a language is all about, showing up and growing.
One of the most common mistakes is trying to be perfect right from the start. Many learners think they can't speak unless the sentence is 100% correct. But the truth is, fluency comes from using the language. even if it's messy. Waiting for perfection just creates silence and frustration.
Another mistake is overcomplicating the routine. Some people plan too many steps, try to memorize too much, or expect instant results. The key to success is simplicity. If your routine feels heavy, you'll avoid it. Start small, stay consistent, and let your progress build naturally over time.
People also tend to compare themselves to others. You might watch someone on social media who speaks fluently and think, "I'm so far behind." But comparison steals your energy. This technique is personal. It's about your growth, your habits, and your voice. Focus on your own steps forward.
A big trap is translating everything in your head. Before speaking, when you do that, your brain works twice as hard and speaking becomes slow and frustrating. Instead, try to think in English, even with simple words. Describe what you see and feel directly, without going back and forth mentally.
Many learners stop the routine after just a few days because they don't see results immediately. But fluency doesn't work like that. It's like building muscle. Consistency is more important than intensity. Keep going, even if you don't feel different. The change is happening silently inside you.
Another mistake is speaking only in your mind and never out loud. Thinking in English is good, but actually using your voice activates different areas of the brain. Don't be afraid to hear yourself. You're training your mouth, your ears, and your confidence all at the same time.
Some people think they need special materials or apps to get started. But this technique works with what you already have: your routine, your surroundings, and your thoughts. There's no need for anything fancy. The power is in the habit, not the tools. Start with what's around you.
A common challenge is forgetting what to say. That's normal. A great way to avoid this is preparing a few phrases the night before. Write them down and glance at them in the morning. It gives you a head start and keeps you from feeling blocked when you wake up.
Another mistake is believing that short practice doesn't matter. People think 5 minutes isn't enough, so they skip it entirely. But 5 minutes every day beats 1 hour once a week. Small efforts create strong routines. Don't underestimate the power of short, daily practice.
And finally, don't make the mistake of being too hard on yourself. If you forget words or make mistakes, that's okay. That's learning. Be patient, be kind, and keep showing up. Your English will grow. Through use, not through judgment. Trust the process. It's working, even when it feels slow.
Now, it's your turn. We want to challenge you to do something simple but powerful. Tomorrow morning, right after you wake up, speak 3 full sentences in English about what you're doing. No pressure, no perfection. Just describe your actions as they happen, out loud.
For example, you might say, "I'm opening the window," "I'm making coffee," or "I feel a little tired but ready for the day." These are natural, real phrases. You're not practicing grammar, you're practicing life in English. That's where real fluency begins, in the middle of your morning.
Try to do this for 7 days in a row. Each morning, say 3 new sentences. You can. What matters most is consistency. Set a reminder on your phone or leave a sticky note near your bed that says, "Speak English now." Make it part of your rhythm.
And don't worry if it feels strange at first. Speaking to yourself in English might feel awkward, but that's completely normal. With just a few days of practice, it will start to feel more natural. The more often you do it, the more automatic and confident your speech will become.
If you want to take it one step further, try recording your voice on your phone. Listen to yourself later in the day, not to judge, but to notice your progress. You'll be surprised at how much clearer and more comfortable you sound after just a few days of regular practice.
Another variation is writing your 3 sentences in a notebook each morning before or after you say them. Seeing the words written down reinforces your vocabulary and gives you a clear picture of your own growth over time. Even short entries can be powerful when done consistently.
You can also choose one small: I pull the blanket, I smooth the pillow, I fix the corner. This builds fluency because it forces you to find the words for real-life actions, not textbook situations.
If you have more time, play a short English podcast while preparing for your day. Listen for common phrases and repeat them while doing your tasks. This builds listening and speaking skills at the same time and turns a regular morning into a full English experience.
But remember, the goal is to keep it easy. Don't turn it into homework. If your practice feels light and fun, you'll stick with it. That's the true power of this challenge. It fits into your life naturally, and it grows with you without stress.
So tomorrow morning, take the first step. Speak just 3 sentences. That's it. Then do it again the next day. You're not just learning. You're creating a new habit. And little by little, your morning will become your personal English classroom. That's a beautiful way to grow.
By using simple habits and daily actions, you can start your day speaking real English without needing extra time, pressure, or complicated study sessions.
We talked about how just a few minutes of English in the morning can help you build confidence, consistency, and a stronger connection to the language. When you speak during real moments, even in short phrases, you're training your brain to think in English automatically.
You also learned the exact steps to build your own English morning routine, from choosing your actions, to preparing your sentences, to speaking them out loud as part of your daily rhythm.
We also discussed common mistakes like overthinking, waiting for perfect grammar, or skipping practice because it feels too short. The truth is, your progress comes from repetition, from doing small things every day, and from believing that your effort matters, because it really does.
What part of this episode was most helpful? Do you already use English in your mornings? Or will this be something totally new for you? Share your experience in the comments. We read everything, and your journey inspires other learners too.
And if you made it all the way to the end of this episode, it means you're truly serious about your fluency. So write the word routine in the comments to let us know you're part of the community that doesn't give up. Let's celebrate every small step we take together.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. That helps more learners like you discover this podcast. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.
Thanks so much for spending your time with us today. Keep showing up, keep speaking out loud, and keep believing in your progress. You're not just learning English, you're building a better, more confident version of yourself, one morning at a time. See you in the next episode.